Jean-Paul here, how are you doing? In this video, let's talk about the highly sensitive, high sensation seeker, understanding overstimulation and understimulation. So I spoke about highly sensitivity pretty much in my videos. So if you are not yet a subscriber to my channel, then of course make sure to subscribe as well. But normally I go a little bit more into spirituality and that sort of things, but this is also a very, very important aspect. As I have struggled a lot in my work life, in my work career life, because I was lacking this self-knowledge, this self-awareness of, knowing what my sensitivities are about, and also my kind of sensation seeker personality. Because when you are like HSP, highly sensitive, you know that maybe you could participate in extroverted activities, or maybe you could participate in, going into a crowded area, for example, but only for a short period of time, because you know that it's going to drain your energy very, very quickly, maybe in an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, and then you have to say to yourself, okay, that's enough. I feel tired, I feel exhausted, I need to take a few steps back, I'm going to back into my own cave, I'm going to be in nature, be in my own room and just be with myself. Now, most HSPs are not even aware that they are highly sensitive, and then they keep forcing themselves to go and keep doing these things that gives them a lot of pressure or stress or anxiety, and then they deplete their energy level. All right, they deplete their mental, emotional energy levels. So becoming first aware that you're, let's say, highly sensitive is really the first step. And this is something you could, eventually learn to deal with, right? If you become more self-aware, then eventually you learn when to say no to certain type of social events, and you learn to say yes to the things that is going to energize you, okay? And you learn to accept yourself more when you start to understand yourself more. Now, things become a little bit more challenging, I must say, when you're both HSP and both HSS, highly sensitive, high sensation seeker. Because as an HSP, you know that you get overstimulated quite quickly, okay? Now, a high sensation seeker gets understimulated very quickly as well. That means is that a highly sensitive person might get burned out quickly, all right? And maybe you have already been through a burnout, but eventually you learn, to recognize that. But when you get understimulated very quickly, you then can start to struggle with not a burnout, but a bore out. In other words, you constantly get very, very bored with a whole lot of things, and you constantly are looking for new stimulations, new environment, new kind of people to work with, to deal with, new kind of experiences. And sometimes that also means is that you would become very impulsive and you would take unnecessary risk in order to force yourself out of a certain type of situation. That could mean is that you say one day, you know what, I'm bored of my job, I need to do something different, otherwise things are going to be very, very badly for me. I need to step out of it and do something else, even if that would mean I would be unemployed for a number of weeks. Now, when you are single and you have maybe less responsibilities, that could work maybe okay eventually, because maybe you still have your parents to fall back on if you're still very young. But when you are older, you have your own place to rent, you have your responsibilities, you have got rent to pay, mortgage to pay, car payments, maybe you are even in a relationship with a partner, and when you are that impulsive, you bring this uncertainty into the household, and I have been through that a lot as well. You can ask my partner. In the beginning, things were not always that smooth and stress-free because I did not understand myself. So, but then if you're constantly looking for new kind of stimulations, if you get too many stimulations, that could affect again your sensitivity, where you again get overstimulated, right? And then you need again, you need again your space back in order to recharge yourself. So you have these two different kind of aspects. So then it's really the question, like, wait a minute, how can I create my life around, these type of personality traits? How can I schedule in things that will suit my sensitivities, right? Where I can recharge myself, okay? Take a few steps back, maybe for, a couple of hours a day, in nature, just by yourself, contemplating, maybe do some sports just by yourself, just be on your own, maybe reading a book, do some mindfulness meditation or whatever. Combined with things that are going to give you constantly new kind of stimulations. That also could mean is that, you need to change your work environments in a constantly new type of environment, right? So maybe you say, okay, let me give you an example. My house, I live at a number 9. If you know a little bit about numerology, a number 9 in a household means is that it's actually a very quiet, a very peaceful kind of energy, a very warm kind of energy. This is ideal for practicing spirituality and meditation and mindfulness and that sort of things. The flip side of that is that don't expect to become super productive or get anything done, or feel the urge, to accomplish something, to manifest something, It's really like a heartwarming kind of unconditional love kind of peace energy, which is nice, but if you have to go and get something done, it doesn't really always work very well in that type of energy. So it could mean is that, okay, if I want to do something at home, it might be recording and guided meditation, but then after that maybe go to a public library to do the editing, right? Where I can just focus on editing and do this for maybe an hour or two, and then change my environment again for a new kind of stimulation. Maybe then go into a public cafe or public shared workspace in order for networking or social media marketing, things that require a little bit more proactive kind of actions, right? And then after that, after the business and the buzziness and the hustle, the bustle, then again fall back into your own space. So this is kind of something I want to work on for myself, because I've been noticing a lot for myself that if I work from home, I don't get a whole lot of things done. And maybe you have been noticing that on my YouTube channel. I have a lot of ideas, I put my things down on paper, I know what to do, I know how to do it. Often I feel like I don't feel like doing it, right? And of course you could say, yeah, but you can force yourself to do it and then you can feel accomplished. Yes, I know, I get it. I say that a lot in my motivational kind of videos, but at the same time I feel like if I go with my feelings, that doesn't feel right to me. So this is kind of like finding a balance between your sensitivities and your sensation seeker. The sensation seeker constantly needs different kind of stimulations that can be found in different kind of environments, but at the same time maybe you also want to combine it with some other extreme examples, extreme sports or whatever, where you can feel that excitement. But extreme sports also comes with a price tag, I mean, you can go into catamaran sailing, surfing, or skiing or whatever, but all these things cost a lot of money. So before you can actually do that, then of course you also want to enjoy that, and you enjoy that when you feel like you have accomplished something. But if you struggle managing your energy level, you're not really going to accomplish anything. So that's why the base is first learning to deal with that first before going into, you know, things that is going to get you into a super excited, euphoric state, right? So let me know your thoughts about this concept between hypersensitivity and the sensation seeker. Do you know anyone who might be dealing with this? Maybe you are the one dealing with this. Please let me know your experiences. Just, you know, drop a comment below. And again, on this channel we discuss more topics around sensitivity, purpose, spirituality, mindfulness, meditation, and also I will publish more things to help you to relax, to overcome your stress, your anxieties and whatnot. Alright, so hope it was helpful. Jean-Paul here, and I hope please see you in one of my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.